everyone. I'm Rachel McLaughlin. The NFL playoffs are officially underway. We're here to give you the countdown to the kickoff. Oh, wait.
Oh, no.
Too soon? Is it too soon? 2 wild card games to go. Still 4 more to go. We'll break it all down. Plus, what the heck happened to the Colts? We're about to get into it right here on All Indiana Bets.
My name is Jason Hammer. I still have not gotten over the Colts game. We're going to get into that. But yesterday was Racing Rachel's birthday. Happy birthday. To celebrate, I encourage everyone to find her on Twitter, slide into her DMs, and write something inappropriate.
No.
Here I am. Scott looks very quiet at the Wish TV studios. There's no AC. There's no Charlie. Hell, there's no even pets from Patty. I don't know what's going on.
There's nobody here.
It's so sad here because of the Colts, but hey, I wore my Colts outfit. I'm going to bring it on. We're still going to give you everything you need to know about the wild card now.
This is All Indiana Bets, presented for the people, powered by Caesars Sportsbook and Lunazul Tequila. Feed the wolf.
If you can't beat the Jags to punch your own ticket into the postseason here, I'm sorry. As much as Hard Knocks has made these guys likable, as much as Hard Knocks has made us identify with people, if you lose to the Jags with 7 Pro Bowlers and you finish second in a division that has 4 teams and the other 2 are the Jags and Texans, somebody's got to lose a job.
You bring up Hard Knocks. That's so true. I have just felt a love affair with the Colts. If they lose today, they're dead to me. I hate them. There's no team that I hate more.
I don't even know what to say. That was the most depressing thing I've ever heard. Hammer, you said last week that if they lose to the Jags, then someone's going to be out of a job. It's obviously not me. I mean, I'm the MVP of this group, so who's going?
Oh, I'm not talking about this group. This group is going to be here, but somebody's got to be held accountable.
Colts, exactly.
For whatever that was last week. So you could go down a laundry list of people who need to be held accountable here. You can talk about Carson Wentz. You can talk about Frank Reich. Those are the 2 biggest names, but it wasn't just them. The offensive line was horrible. There was no pass rush. There was no blitzing. You look at your defensive coordinator, Eberflus. Some people want this dude to be a head coach for their team. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry. I see all these videos of Jim Irsay speaking from the plane and Chris Ballard doing his press conference at the podium. Us, the public, we're getting the speeches. It doesn't need to go to us. It needs to go to the 53 people in that locker room, and it needs to go to the coaching staff. I don't know what needs to go down, but something has to change here, and I want this to be the off-season of the angry Colts fan, okay? Seinfeld had the Summer of George. This is going to be the off-season of the angry Colts fan. Don't ever forget how this feeling feels, and when you go to the preseason games, when you go to the training camps, and when you go to the regular season games next year, don't be afraid to voice your displeasure. If Frank Reich has a horrible call, boo that bum. If the other team is on the field and it's 3rd down, boo them too. Be smart about it, but this day and age of, well, they're trying hard, they're good guys. I'm done with it. They should be in the playoffs. Somebody's got to be held accountable. I'm mad as heck, and I need a drink already.
Even our camera guy's shaking his head. He's like, this is church. Like, take it to tell the truth. Scott, speak your truth. What do you think went wrong last night?
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. As I said, they are dead to me. I don't know who any of these people you're even talking about. I've moved on. It's like, you know what? One last time, that girl has broken my heart. So I'm moving on. There's a whole new field out there. There's 3 girls today that are going to be in my dreams. And there's 1 on Monday night. That's where my head is. And if you're a lady, pick 3 new dudes and a 1 on Monday too. I am a matchmaker on getting you away from the Colts.
I like how you're realistic and you're talking about how women are in your dreams. That's cute. I like it.
Yeah, my wife's laughing.
She's like,
you can dream all you want. Yeah, I am
You and
totally.
your wife would get along really
I
well.
will tell you right now, I've made this comment. I used to be as good looking as my wife. There were a couple years that I was even maybe better looking.
Oh,
It's-
shoot.
No one ever wants to say that. But the last 10 years, I get this, oh, you outkicked your coverage. Yeah, I know that. I'm smart, okay? I have a personality, too. Don't judge me just on this.
When Scott was
Okay,
younger, you know
listen.
who he looked like? Young Scott Long looked like the greatest American hero.
I did.
You remember that show back in the day with like the blonde perm?
Or,
Oh my gosh, you
or
guys,
Blue
rein
Lagoon.
it in.
Blue
Rein
Lagoon.
it in.
Buddy
After
Lembeck from
2,
Charles in
let's
Charge.
talk about Carson Wentz here, you guys. The quarterback position will be a hot topic, so let's talk about it. A lot of fans are going to be talking about it in the offseason. Scott, what odds would you like to give the Wentz? We'll be back with the Colts starting quarterback next season. Do you think they're going to keep him, or are they going to move on?
I'm going to really get in depth on this during my Stop It segment at
Love
the
that
end.
segment.
Oh, the tease.
Oh, old man on the hill.
Love a good tease.
I will just share with you, I think it's about 99% chance that Wentz is going to be there. I know a lot of you don't want to hear that, but you send me, go to Scott Comedy at Twitter and direct message me and explain to me who you think is going to be better that's possible for the Colts to get. It's not out there.
Hammer, thoughts on Carson Wentz?
Everybody wants like Russell Wilson, right? What are you going to give up to get Russell Wilson? You don't have a first-round pick. You traded that away to get Carson Wentz. So unless you're going to put a deal together that includes Darius Leonard, Quentin Nelson, and a future first-round pick, is that what you're really wanting to do? It looks like because of the lack of assets that you have, Carson Wentz is going to be the guy. Now, what you could see is a veteran come in to be the backup. Somebody along the line of a Fitzmagic or somebody, I don't know. Someone of that ilk that's going to compete with him, give him a little pressure in training camp and through the week to maybe up his performance. But you don't have the assets to upgrade right now. It's Carson.
All right, guys.
Rachel, I got to break. You make such a good point about that with Russell Wilson. And here's another point of that. Russell Wilson has a trade list. He wants to leave Seattle because it's not happening enough for Ciara. Do you think he's going to come to
Ciara.
Indy? I mean, come on. We have to have some realism about this.
It's a good point.
Big-time quarterbacks don't generally want to come here because it doesn't help their marketability.
All
It
right.
didn't hurt Peyton Manning, though.
He's Peyton Manning. That's how
Yeah,
it works.
that's true. Good play here. Let's talk about some teams who actually made the playoffs. How about that, guys? Let's talk about that. Scott, you're up. What's your first pick?
Here's my first new lady. It's she's an Eagle.
Oh, fly high,
Yeah,
baby.
fly high. And here was the thing. This was my best bet of the whole week until I came in this morning. It was 8.5 24 hours ago. It's got down to 7. You know what? Because a smart money like Scott realizes that the Bucks are not the Bucks of last year. They're missing offensive weapons. They're missing defensive players that are just coming back off of injury. The Eagles run that Oklahoma offense. It's strong. Take the Eagles +7. Even do a little spicing on the money line.
Ooh, see, I've taught him this, and I'm so proud of him.
Oh,
Using
thank
it
you.
every day. Hammer, what's your first pick?
So let me get this straight. The representative from Iowa
That's me.
is betting against Tom Brady in the playoffs.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Okay, 8.5, I think you got a ball game. I think you've got a discussion because then you got to get over a touchdown. The fact that this is down to 7, 1 touchdown for Tom Brady, a pretty good defense, a better head coach, and home field advantage. What are we doing here? Sometimes we try to think things through too much to the point to where we screw it up. Tom Brady, playoffs, home, Arians against Jalen Hurts. Come on, let's go. Buccaneers -7.
Oh, I just got a little comment from the greatest gambler in America, Alan Cashman.
The cash man.
He's just telling me, play the Eagles by 3.5 points. Get them at 10.5, and it's a winner. So there we go.
All right, you guys, we got 2 picks down, still plenty more to come. If you want to get a head start on locking these picks in, head on over, get your phone, walk over to your TV. That's all you have to do. It's right up here in the corner.
There it
I love
is.
it when Scott does this. It's so cute. It's like an old man.
There's a silver alert out, and the old man's on the move.
To find a link. Time for our first break. Don't go anywhere, though. When we come back, we'll hop aboard the NFL coaching carousel. There are no shortages of openings to discuss. We'll do so next on Love It or Leave It.
All Indiana Bets is presented by Lunazul Tequila. Feed the wolf.
Welcome back, guys. It's time to play Feeling It or Fading It. You guys know how the game goes. Surround us all about openings for the NFL head coaching jobs. Are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right, first up, the Colts defensive coordinator, Matt Eberflus, reportedly interviewed for the Jacksonville job yesterday. Eberflus is currently listed at plus 1,200 to be the Jaguars' next head coach. Scott, are you feeling or fading him here?
I was told about this earlier. I got prepared. I could see him being a head coach at a lot of places. Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, New Orleans, Houston.
Okay.
Let's be specific. Tampa Bay Bandits, Philadelphia Stars, Pittsburgh Maulers, New Orleans Breakers, Houston Gabbers. He is a USFL head coach, is what I'm telling you right now. He does not belong. I am done with the guy. I've seen this kind of bend but break defense. Darius Leonard has saved this guy's bacon all year. I'm done. He's the one. I don't like him. I think he's a bigger problem than Reich. So please get a new job. I feel you out of here.
Feel you out of here. So that's fading then. Okay. We're also.
I fade him, but I feel him leaving.
Oh, okay. You feel it. All right, Hammer,
Very
give us.
confusing.
What do you think about them?
I wouldn't trust this guy to run a Burger King, let alone an NFL franchise. Part of me feels like he was already hired by the Jags when he coached against them in that final game of the regular season.
That's a whopper.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Wait a minute.
I see what you did there.
Please.
That's drop the mic, walk off. No, absolutely not.
Double cheese.
All right, guys. Bears also are said to have interest in Eberflus. The favorite, though, to be Chicago's new hire is former Dolphins head coach Brian Flores, currently listed at plus 400. Hammer, feeling or fading him going to the Windy City.
At plus 400, I can feel that. That's still pretty good value for the guy that seemingly everybody wants except for the Miami Dolphins right now.
Right.
He's going to get to pick and choose where he wants to go. If you want to go to the Texans, you can do that. If you want to be part of the Giants, you can do that. Is the Bears the best opening in football? I don't know if they are or not, but at plus 400, the best choice on the board, I think it's worth a look.
Scott, what do you think? You agree?
I've lived in Chicago. No way. They want like some Polish dude. Do you remember the Bears fans? Ditka. You can't say Flores. He's not a good fit for the Bears. So no, I don't see. They have dreams of Jim Harbaugh.
Because he would win too much in Chicago.
Oh, no, I
That's
love
why
Flores.
he's not a good fit for the Bears.
Flores,
Ouch.
I would suspect he could wind up with the Giants, in my opinion. He's actually from Brooklyn, I guess.
Segue. Nice segue. Last one. The New York Giants are also looking for a new head coach. Michigan's Jim Harbaugh. Oh my gosh, what segues? You guys are professionals. Listed as one of the favorites at plus 500. Scott, are you feeling or fading Harbaugh?
No, there's only two places, Rachel, that Harbaugh would leave for. He might leave for the Bears, but my friend Mike Lombardi has talked about it. He was telling me he grew up, his first job in the NFL was with the Raiders. And he felt a real tightness with Al Davis, the son, you know, from Kingpin and Dumb and Dumber, the owner of
It's an amazing haircut.
Right. He will try to bring in Harbaugh. So if Harbaugh's going to go anywhere, it's Vegas in his khakis.
Thoughts, Hammer?
There's two places Jim Harbaugh could be coaching next year. Las Vegas is one, Scott's right.
Yeah.
And number two, Michigan. And all this talk about these other places like the Giants or whoever, the Bears, Jim Harbaugh's not leaving for those gigs, but what he will tell the athletic department at Michigan is that, hey, I'm in demand here. Keep in mind, Jim Harbaugh is his own agent. He doesn't have representation. So he's going to go back and say, hey, remember when I beat Ohio State this past year? Look at all these teams that want me. We're going to do more of the same, but you better come to the table.
All right, enough of our thoughts and feelings. Let's talk about
No, I have
second
one
picks.
more.
Let's make
Rachel,
some
I'm
money.
going to interrupt you. I'm sorry. I am my own agent, and I don't think my representation's worked out well with this contract at this place.
Oh.
So I got to work on that. That's on me. That's not on Jim Harbaugh or an agent that doesn't exist. I interrupt. That's what I do. Go ahead.
I
please.
like it when you interrupt. Let's
Thanks.
talk about your second pick, though. How about interrupt with that one?
Yeah, you know what I do when I feel good about a pick?
Oh,
Put
God,
on
no,
the
here we go.
glasses.
You guys,
It's grandpa time. Look out.
This is Scott thinking, I love this game. This is the game to watch. This is the closest game.
Grandmas dig it when you put the glasses on.
Thank you. That's my target, you can imagine, for this show. That helps a lot. The blue-haired bandits from, what is it called? Indiana Horseshoe now?
Oh, yeah. Horseshoe, Indianapolis.
Horseshoe, Indianapolis. I'm just going to tell you right now, this game is going to go under. The Niners are going to run the ball. They have a better defensive front. I like the under, even though the Cowboys have been scoring a lot of points. There's a reason it's been against the NFC East.
I like your second pick, Hammer. Tell us what it is.
So I am going to stay on this Dallas game as well. First half total, 13.5. Dallas
Nice.
Cowboys were going over. Dak Prescott's got some weapons. 2 good running backs, 2 good wide receivers, and they're going to throw the ball around. They're going to spread it around. I like this Cowboys offense. Whether they can stop San Francisco, that's the question in this game. But the offense is going to do its thing. So we're going to go over 13.5 Dallas Cowboys first half.
All right, you guys, if you're allergic to winning, this is your warning. You may want to just go ahead and turn your TVs off right now because Scott's long
He's
shot
rolling.
is up next. Plus, Hammer's Degenerate
What is
Special
that?
and the world famous
I'm giving to the
Ballin'
people.
Are you doing
on
Tai
a
Chi?
budget. Balling on a budget.
I
It's
feel
all right here on
uncomfortable.
All Indiana Bets.
The Long Shot, presented for the people by Caesars Sportsbook.
It will go down as one of the greatest feats in the history of sports gambling.
It's amazing.
I'm telling you, I have been a handicapper for 12 years,
Thank
and
you.
I have never gone 11-1 like this guy.
Look at that.
Over
Look
the
at
last
that.
12 weeks, his
Would you
NFL,
look at
and
it?
it's a long shot. It's not
Outright.
the best bet. It's
They-
a long shot. Outright against the spread,
See these
11-1,
new shoes?
straight up as well.
You know what what would a gambler say? I need some new. Mama
Oh
needs some-
yeah, Mama needs
Daddy
a new
needs a
pair
new
of
pair of
shoes.
shoes.
Mama needs a new pair of shoes. Well,
I walked
Scott's
in.
gonna get you new shoes.
I get them every week.
How are
just
you
to
gonna
celebrate.
get new shoes this week,
I
Scott?
don't feel like I've been appreciated enough here.
Oh.
Look out.
Here we go. Yeah, I am the GOAT. That is.
GOAT is
fact.
here.
You see this hammer?
I see it.
I am the GOAT. And here I go again. Now, regular season, 11 out of 12. I'm not just going to break this down. I'm just telling you the 49ers are the best team. They've won outright these picks, 11 out of 12. Don't just spice it. Back up the truck. Why are you not wanting to be hanging out with Bezos and me?
You
Come
could have
on.
a sticker on your hat, too.
I'm not going to give you the reasons. I just did. The Cowboys have only been beating teams in the NFC East. That's why they look good.
All right, Hammer, what about you? We don't want to take away from Hammer's feeling special. The Degenerate plays
It's
done
been
really
on
well. Let's
fire.
get into a little college basketball here. This is
Look at
next
that.
pick. So tell us your Degenerate special, Hammer.
Now, keep in mind, if you follow me on Twitter, at Jason Allen Hammer, we give
nice
these through
plug.
the week as well. So, listen, anybody can bet on wild card football games. But the real degenerates are looking at Fairfield and Quinnipiac today in college basketball. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what do we know about these teams? Here's what we know about Quinnipiac. Famous for their political polling.
Yeah.
Most of their polling that comes out, it's wrong, but they're famous for it.
Sure.
And Fairfield. Remember in 1987 when the Hoosiers won their last basketball championship? Who did they beat in round 1 at the Hoosier Dome? They beat Fairfield.
Wow.
Tony Danza has referenced them in multiple episodes of Who's the Boss. And today, these teams, 5th place, 6th place, on the line in the MAC. Not the Mid-American Conference, the Mid-Atlantic Athletic Conference. This is the MACtion we're talking about today. Even teams, but Fairfield, losers of 5 straight. They're on the struggle bus right now, and with this low of a point spread and home court advantage, how do you not go with the Bobcats here? Lay the 1.5, Quinnipiac over Fairfield. This is your Degenerate special.
Wow, I mean, I just learned so much right there. Not just about a gambling, but about history of the bet that you're making.
Tony Danza? You know
Oh,
what I do?
there was a Tony Danza fun fact in there.
Yeah, thanks.
What other
Thanks,
show
Hammer.
can you get that on?
You're welcome.
Hammer, you're not done here.
Samantha.
Hammer's not done. Just go ahead and give us your world
Please,
famous
let's
ball
hear
on
it.
a budget. You're going to take a little bit to make a lot.
Right. So $5 on the line. You could win $66 today with this bet. Okay, so the Buccaneers, it's down to 7. At 8.5, I think I was out. But now that it's down to 7, I'm in. The Bucs. The Kansas City Chiefs, look at this right here. First half, 6.5. I'm going to take that. I think the Chiefs get off to a fast start. Steelers possibly get into backdoor cover territory a little bit later on. Scott Long's Iowa Hawkeyes. This isn't your grandfather's Iowa Hawkeyes. They like to run, they like to gun, they like to shoot, and they don't like to play defense. On the road at the barn in Minnesota today, look for the over in that one. And a little NBA prop bet for you. Eric Gordon, speaking of the Indiana Hoosiers, he's there to do one thing, shoot threes. He's not going to pass, he's not going to play defense, he's not going to rebound, but he will make the amount of three-pointers you need to hit this, and $5 to win 66 bucks. Take it to the bank, balling on a budget.
All right, guys, we are just getting started here on All Indiana Bets. We call them our Larceny Locks, and they're the best bets of the day, and they're coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. Stick around.
The Larceny Lock is brought to you by Larceny Bourbon. Steal a taste.
Oh, did somebody say larceny bourbon up in here?
Delicious.
Hey, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. If you don't drink, you'll be sober. Happy wild card Coltsless weekend, everybody.
Cheers
Way
to you.
to describe my life for the last 9 months. We bring them to you every week here on All Indiana Bets.
That is not larceny bourbon in Rachel's
Yeah,
cup, by the
let's
way.
be sure to do the Peggy disclaimer. This is just good old Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
All right, these are the best plays of the days brought to you by Larceny Bourbon. And you're up first, Hammer, so tell us what your Larceny Lock is.
So we're going to look at this Steelers and Chiefs game today. I like the Chiefs to score in every quarter, and this is plus money today, plus 120. You can find this bet all over the place. You just need a field goal. You could get a pick six. You could get a safety in addition to your touchdowns, whatever it takes to tap your toes. Chiefs will score in every quarter of this game. The one I'm concerned about is the fourth, especially if Kansas City is rolling. But I think the value is there. Plus 120 for Patrick Mahomes and company at home against the Steelers defense. That's my best bet of the day.
Love me some Mahomes. What do you got for me, Scott?
So one of my good friends, I used to do a podcast with him and Frank Caliendo. He's a major Steelers fan. His name is John Holmberg. And I'm like, okay, I like the Chiefs in this game. Tell me what you think about the Steelers at this point. Because I've made a lot of money. A lot of my long shots have been the Steelers. I just don't feel them. And he's like, the Steelers are that drunk uncle you got at the party that just won't leave. And
We call that a Scott Long around here.
Well, you know, I've kind of known that. Not unreal and untruthful, I have to admit. They're the drunk uncle, and they finally matched up with somebody who's going to take them out. And that is the Chiefs. I love all your bets that you've made so far on the Chiefs because I think this is a massive blowout. I'm not sure how the Steelers score more than 10 points, truthfully. And I like the Chiefs to score about 34. So take the Chiefs, best bet of the day.
All right, you guys, I've sat next to Hammer long enough. If I sit here too much, it's just like, I got to get over, I got to get out of here.
No.
I need a break from the Hammer. Not the Scott, just the Hammer.
Deny.
About to head over to the bar for
I
a little
smell good.
segment we like to call Pop, Lock, or Drop It. And if it was next year, I'm going to do the Pop, Lock, and Drop It next time. Another winning week for Hammer. Hammer's got some more pop picks for you.
Prop picks.
Next here on All Indiana
Let's go.
Bets.
Come on.
Pop, lock, or drop it. We are going to play it And this dude, man, I'm proud of you, buddy.
Thank you.
2-1 last week, 16-7 on this segment. You are hanging out with Bezos now. It is amazing why people are just against making money. They don't focus on these. These are real picks. I know we appear like funny drunks, but we also know what we're doing.
Right. Not denying any of that, but we're also making some money here today.
Yeah.
And these are 3 plays that I've got going on today. And we're going to start with this Tampa Bay game against the Eagles. Tom Brady, over or under 1.5 yards rushing. Now you're probably looking at that going, 1.5, what if the pocket breaks down? What if there's a quarterback sneak? He should be able to get that. Tom Brady doesn't like to run. Okay? That's why he makes such a big deal of it when he does and puts it on his social media. And number 2, keep in mind, I think the Bucs are going to win. So what happens when you win? Victory formation. You get down, you take that knee. That counts against the quarterback's rushing total. So you get that 3 times. Boom, you are under 1.5 rushing yards. We're going under. We're going to drop this down low.
A lot of gambling experts only consider 59 minutes of the game. You're focused on that last minute on the victory formation.
The old man is not going to run the ball.
Now, so we got the Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott. He is over/under against the 49ers is set at 1.5 on TDs passing. What do you think, Hammer?
They're going to throw the ball around the yard. The Cowboys are going to throw the ball, and this is an overplay for me. I'm going to lock this in as over. I like the Cowboys, as I said earlier, over 13.5 points in the first half. You get a passing touchdown there. You get one in the second half. That's a winner. You could get 2 in 1 quarter. That's a winner. 4 quarters, you're telling me with those weapons, Dak Prescott can't get 2 passing touchdowns? I don't buy it. We're going over.
Hard to dispute, 16-7. So we come to the last one. Ben Roethlisberger playing what will be his last. It says could be. It's his last. The Chiefs are going to murder them. So the over-under on completions is set on 24. That seems like a lot, but they're also going to be down by about 3 touchdowns early. Lock or drop, Hammer or Puck?
We are going to lock this one over. You're right, 24 is a big number, but you know what? That's not 24 balls down the field. That's not 24 first down completions. Anybody that's seen Ben Roethlisberger's act the last 4 to 5 weeks, it's been dink and dunk and passes out of the backfield and short, old school West Coast offense types of passing attacks. He doesn't have the arm anymore. The noodle is dead. He can't get it down the field, and they will be behind, so he's going to have to throw the ball. Over 24 completions is the play for Big Ben today.
You know, speaking of Big Ben, we have our own Big Ben. Ryan Kramer, he looks just like him.
He does.
Tune in next.
Look at him. He looks like a young Ben Roethlisberger.
Yes, boy.
Like if there were some sort of Hallmark movie about Ben Roethlisberger.
Coming into a new town.
Right.
His old high school flame.
Finding love at Christmas time.
Yes.
That would be who would play the role of Big Ben.
He's the wise guy.
And he's rolling, and he's coming up next on All Indiana Bets.
Hey, welcome back. This is All Indiana Bets. My name is Peter Hood, joined by the wise guy, Ryan Kramer from the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. All right, Ryan, wild card weekend, 2 games down, 4 games to go. We got 3 today, 1 tomorrow night. Who you putting your money on this weekend?
For this game, I'm going to my hated rivals. I'm a Giants fan. I hate the Cowboys more than anything else in the world, and yet I look at a line here where somehow the Cowboys are only laying 3 against the San Francisco 49er team led by Jimmy G, led by a guy who, when he faces a little bit of pressure, he throws the ball 20 feet over his receivers. So I think this is a shootout, and I certainly wouldn't want to get involved in a shootout with Jimmy G as my quarterback.
You're on fire right now. Your team at the Sports Gambling Podcast is on fire, and if people want to get those picks, Ryan, it's pretty easy to do so, correct?
Yeah, sportsgamblingpodcast.com, and you definitely want to check out the podcast or Sports Gambling Podcast wherever you download your podcast. Just had Chris Long on, former Philadelphia Eagle. Got some big guests planned for the playoffs, and we will be at the Super Bowl Radio Row. So again, Sports Gambling Podcast.
Big things ahead. Ryan, appreciate your time as always, and we'll talk to you again next week for round number 2.
Good luck this weekend.
All right, thanks, guys. I like it. I like it when we have different picks, and that's what's about to happen, because when we agree with the wise guys,
It hasn't gone well.
it doesn't go well. So Scott's going to disagree. Tell us what you got for your final pick.
Did you notice, like, he's got his, like, audio, like Ryan Roethlisberger, man. It's just, like, rocking it.
Right.
I would love to have that kind of deep voice, but we're not in the, we're the Oak Ridge Boys. We're not them. We don't need a bass. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm telling you, underdogs in this role in the wild card have done great. Small underdogs. Yesterday was not a good day for the dogs. Today and tomorrow will be the day to play the dogs, except for the Chiefs, who are big. Take the Cardinals is what I'm trying to tell you. +3.5. Ignore Mr. Vegas, Mr. Los Angeles, Ryan Roethlisberger. Go with me. I'm your man. I'm your boy. I'm in town. Yeah!
All right, add a little spice. Let's go with your final pick, Hammer. You're
I
going
believe
against everybody.
It was the film Billy Madison. After they have the academic decathlon, where the moderator says, "That was the most idiotic thing that I've ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber." I feel that way after that speech from Scott. So the Cardinals are not getting Hopkins back. There was a lot of chatter that DeAndre Hopkins might be coming back. He ain't coming back. You know who's coming back? The Rams running back. You know who can't stop the run? The Cardinals can't. We saw that firsthand with the Colts. I think the Rams are the play here. Now, a couple days ago, this was at 4, and that made me a little skittish, but I feel like this is kind of a 3 to 4 point game. I have the better quarterback. I've got the better running attack. I've got a better front line defensively. I want the Rams lay the 3.5.
All right, you guys, it's time for the Mick pick.
Yeah, now I'm excited.
I want to come back because, you know, I'm like picking the Colts girl. I got the bad taste in my mouth. So I'm going to take the under in Steelers at Chiefs. Check out this little nugget. The under is 22-8-1 over the last 31 wild card games with totals of 44 or higher. We know the Steelers offense stinks, but their defense has actually played pretty well lately. And I think they can slow Kansas City enough to keep the total under 46 on Sunday Night Football. And man, me picking against my man Pat, it's in my heart.
You got a thing for Pat Mahomes,
I
don't
got
you?
a thing for Pat Mahomes. I picked him right out of college. I knew he was going to be good. But
I remember when I was excited as a Cub fan that his old man became to be a pitcher, and that lasted all about 3 games.
I thought wasn't he going to go into the play ball? He had a chance to play.
Yeah, he did.
When we come back, we'll check in with our guy Brent for another edition of Making Rachel Jealous She Can't Drink Booze. No, just kidding. On the rocks. He's over at O'Reilly's learning how to make a honey bear with Larceny bourbon. That's coming up next.
On the Rocks is brought to you by Larceny Bourbon. It's so smooth, it's criminal.
Hello, friends. Brent Holverson with Heaven Hill Brands coming to you from beautiful O'Reilly's Pub in downtown Indianapolis, one of 3 locations. And today we have one of the proprietors, Mr. Joel Reitz, and we have our Global Whiskey Ambassador, Bernie Lovers. Gentlemen, how are we today?
Fantastic. Good to be in downtown Indianapolis again. Good to be at O'Reilly's again.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We just had our 50th anniversary last week.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
Awesome. That was awesome. That's what you get downtown. It's that kind of history. And just like a historic bourbon here. So you're going to make a honey bear with Larceny, I do believe.
We're going to start off with the honey bear.
There you go.
Made a simple syrup with fresh ginger root and orange blossom honey.
Awesome. Well, let's see how you build it there.
We're going to do 1.5 ounces of the Larceny. Mix them with the flavors of the peach and apricot naturally with that whiskey. We'll throw the ginger and honey in it. I'm just going to give it a vigorous shake. Get it a little frothy so it looks good.
Absolutely. Shake it hard, shake it with a smile.
That's right, baby.
That's right.
Splash it around a little bit.
There you
Honey
go.
bear there, guys.
And my contribution is the straw. Wow. With the Larceny bourbon from John E. Fitzgerald, a nice weeded bourbon. There you go, Brent. The honey bear.
Thank
From
you, gentlemen.
O'Reilly's.
Oh, wow. That's outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, please come down to O'Reilly's, try one of these honey bears, and join us next time on The Rocks. Cheers.
Oh man, the honey bear looking pretty good right there. All right, here's what's gonna happen. We're going to make so much money today. We're going to be able to buy up all the at-home COVID tests that we want. We're going to be taking tests when we're bored because we're going to have them all. That's the kind of money we're making
Our
here
nose
today.
is going to be more sore than a guest star on Miami Vice.
Preach.
All right.
That is such a smart and good joke.
Yes, thank you.
And it starts with Tom Brady. Listen, this was at 8.5 a couple days ago, and then the gambling gods, they shined down a beacon of light, and they only made it a touchdown. At home, Tom Brady against Jalen Hurts. Come on now, we're gonna lay the 7. Up next, we have got the Dallas Cowboys over 13.5 points in the first half. I think Dak Prescott is going to throw the ball around the yard. He's got weapons to play with. I don't have a lot of faith in San Francisco defense. I don't. Some people do. I don't. Over 13.5 with the Cowboys. Kansas City to score at least 1 point in every single quarter today. The one you got to worry about is the fourth, if they have too big of a lead. But I feel like this is going to be a good one today. Steelers are going to get blown out. Rams, -3.5. Another line that's gone down. The Cardinals are not getting Hopkins back. The Rams are getting their running back back. This is going to help ease the load of Matthew Stafford, who's been throwing it to the other team lately. Rams are going to run the ball, and then they're going to throw, and they're going to cover the 3.5. And lastly, your degenerate special, a showdown in the MAC, the MAAC, Quinnipiac. Lay the 1.5 against Fairfield. That is your degenerate special. Scott.
I'm going to use most of my time not on mine. I'm just going to look at these and go, first off, my head hurts trying to figure out all the things that Hammer's putting out there. I have no idea who I'm working with or what's going on in this
You're working with a
head.
genius, that's who.
Oh my gosh, when Nigel called me and told me, I had no clue. Eagles +7, that's the right number. It was better at 8.5. I'll give Hammer that. But I didn't get a, okay, this is the under because this game is going to be a smash mouth football game. It's not Cowboys are not playing the Eagles, they're not playing the Giants, and they're not playing the Redskins. That's how they've been loading up.
They're playing Jimmy Garoppolo.
Hey, he's been playing well. 49ers +3, that's the play. That is the long shot, 11 out of 12. Let's make it 12 out of 13. That feels good. All right, finally, let's go down here. The Chiefs -12.5, my best bet. That's a bloodbath right
Is this
there.
a blowout game today, Scott?
The blowout, there's one blowout game in the playoffs. Obviously, I thought the Patriots were going to be better yesterday. Cardinals +3.5. I don't agree with Hammer. We'll find out really soon, maybe tomorrow night.
All right, those are our picks. Let's go to our producer, Peter.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
Who is a guru.
I'm gonna do the Scott Long.
You know, the whole
There they are.
I've been on a little bit of a losing streak with these teasers here, so I had to put the glasses on.
Maybe take your glasses off.
This looks like a prequel series for like Harry Carey.
I look young enough, Scott. I take the glasses off and I go from like 17 to 13, so we got to keep them on.
Okay, I get it.
7-point teaser. I'm going to make this quick. Buccaneers money line. Hammer, you were right earlier. Buccaneers are going to roll in this game. I love them in this spot against an inexperienced Eagles squad. San Francisco, this one makes me a little nervous. I think the Cowboys could roll in this game, but the Niners rarely get blown out. 10's a lot of points. I'll go with San Francisco. And then the Cardinals, they've been an enigma all year. Great on the road, terrible at home. They're on the road here, 6-0 against the spread this season as a road underdog, so I will tease them up to 10.5. That's a 3-team teaser, +120 odds. Boom, baby. There you go. Shout out Slick Leonard.
Teasers, you can customize your own spread, keep it within a touchdown, make that bet, and Peter's going to try to make you some money. We're going to put a bow on this big show with the Mick pick. Rachel McLaughlin, who's somewhere hopefully not giving birth right now, will come in here and give us one more pick before we call it a day.
Stop it!
And stop it. Stop it with Scott Long. This is All Indiana Bets.
Oh, yes!
Yes.
Yes!
There it is, baby.
This is
Banner
why.
profile picture right there.
This is why I do this. So what have we all been talking about this week? Who's at fault? Everybody's pointing to Carson Wentz. He was horrendous the last few weeks. I can't defend the guy, but let's look a little more detailed, okay? It's not just Carson Wentz. It's Carson Wentz. Stop it. Let me explain why there are other people at fault. Let's begin with those wide receivers. They got Pittman, who's a second receiver, and that's it. T.Y. is done. You know, nobody else could really do it, and our tight ends couldn't catch a ball all year. But Chris Ballard had an opportunity to get Carson Wentz's security blanket at the Eagles. Zach Ertz, who's been killing it with the Cardinals. Ballard, stop it. Quit holding on to picks that don't matter. Third-round picks, stop it. Okay, let's go back to the offensive line. Hammer mentioned it. Who has ever picked in the history of the NFL a center and a guard in the top 10 picks? No one but the Colts. Stop it. Get a tackle. Look at the quarterbacks that we are dealing with. I don't have the time to go through them all, but these are the guys that we have to compete with. Take a screenshot with it.
Take a screenshot of this.
We're going to be with Wentz for the next year.
I need another drink. I'm still not over the Colts.
I'm not either.
Good luck, everybody.